Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. If you're still here, thank you very much, because you know I am not consistent on uploading. I do go to college. I'm on externship for sonography right now, so that's kind of one of the reasons that I really don't like to put a time on me recording, because my hours and days vary, so I don't want to put a time on my uploads. I just want to upload freely whenever I do get a chance. So yeah, other than that, so today we're talking about Randonautica. I really don't even know how to say the name of the app, but I was on Twitter and I was looking at one of Loie Lane's tweets, and I went into the comment section, and in the comment section everyone was talking about this crazy ass I don't even know what it is, like an adventure game. So everyone was talking about like just some weird experiences that they had. So I kind of looked into the app. I didn't want to download it because I'm a little scaredy cat. I get scared for every little thing, so I didn't want to download it, but I did look into it. So I'm gonna do a little screen recording here, if I know how to do it. Do I know how to do it? No, I do not. Hold on.
3 hours later.
Just click on it. Oh, yeah. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm gonna go do a screen recording. So let's see. So the app is called Randonautica. I don't even know how to sound out stuff, so I don't know what it's called. Randonautica? I don't even know. But I'm not gonna download it, but just I want to go over the description. So the app, it's so the app is on the App Store on iPhone. It's rated 3.3 stars, which I'm assuming it might be because a lot of people said that the app is glitching and it'll stop. And I kind of want to touch on this. I feel like a lot of glitches happen because of like spiritual stuff. I mean, I could be wrong. I'm always thinking that everything is spiritual, so I could be wrong. But like even this video that I'm recording right now, like I believe on my last video I did touch on the fact that every time I try to record, something happens. And actually today when I was trying to record, all of a sudden my AC stops working. Like it's blowing out like a fan air, not cool air. And it's been working fine this whole time up until this morning, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna record a video and it just doesn't work. So I don't know if that's paranormal or not, but I just feel like every time I try to record a video, just something weird happens. Last time I couldn't even record because my battery on my camera died, and then my phone, like the battery was low, so I had to charge it too. And I mean, that might be just me, but I'm just saying. But anyway, oh my god, I'm gonna have to delete all this screen recording crap. Like the worst screen recorder ever, because I've been talking so much. Anyway, so the app, it looks like it has this like little gold coin, and it has a little like owl that's like doing this like face, which I don't know, it's kind of weird. Okay, so the description for the app, it says wander into wonder with Randonautica, the official app of the Randonauts. The Randonautica takes you on a journey of true randomness. The adventure is yours to have, and wait, I'm the worst reader. The adventure is yours to have, and the legend will be yours to tell. Welcome, future randonauts. This app provides you with totally random coordinates within a set radius. You can then choose if you'd like to adventure to the point. It's been said by the Randonautica community that breaking out of what's called your probability tunnel can bring about meaningful experiences and provide great fun while journeying into the world around you. So pretty much it's a creepy app. I want to say it's like that Pikachu one, which I never really got into because I'm not the type to go out and explore and find things, and just I'm like I said, I'm going to school, so anytime I have off, I'm not gonna go off and wander into the world. I'm gonna sit on my couch and relax. So I never really got into the Pikachu thing, but I'm sure like it gave you areas to go to, and then you find one of the Pikachus. I don't know what the rest of it's called. Pokemon stuff. So it looks like it's something like that, but like a spiritual one. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. So I went into Twitter and I started reading all these comments on people getting weird things, and I just thought, oh my god, what the heck, like I don't want to do. At first I wanted to download it, but then after reading all these things on Twitter, I was like, I'm staying out of this one. But I'm just gonna go ahead and read off some experiences off the game, I want to say, adventure, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna go on and read other people's experiences, because that's what I do. I live vicariously through everyone else, so don't judge me. Let's see. So what got me, like I said, into like just looking into this Randonautica app is Lois Lane. She had posted a tweet saying, I'm sorry to keep hammering on about this, but for the love of God, don't use that Randonautica app. Tell your friends not to either. It is so sus that a group of teens just happened to stumble onto the remains of a murder while using it. I don't buy that it was just a coincidence. Now, I don't know about that whole thing. I know I kind of like glimpsed over other stuff saying about like some kids that were using the app, and I think it might have been on TikTok, I'm not really sure, but they were using the app and they ended up finding an actual body. I don't know what happened into all that. I didn't really go into it because I got lost in all these comments on other people using the app, so I just kind of kept going there. So I'm gonna go ahead and screen record another thing. So like I said, I went on to Lois Lane's tweet, and then right below it, I guess there's a page called Creepy Randonautica Videos. But look at, like, I'm not gonna put the sound on here, but look at this person. Like, they went and found this site, I want to say, that it looks kind of like a witch area plot. I don't know what you want to call it, but yeah, it was a little bit creepy. I don't know about all that. And then let me stop here again. So here's another one. These people, I guess they were led to an area where they ended up finding a skull. And you know, honestly, I don't know if like it's just something planted so that way, you know, they could put it on video, or if they actually were led to something like that. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like it's that creepy to just find a skull anywhere. It looks like an animal skull too, so I mean, of course, if you find an animal, or of course if it's outside, you're gonna find an animal skull, because, you know, animals are outside. So I don't know about that one. So here's another tweet from someone else. It says, yo guys, so tonight was insane. We was doing I'm not a grammar police, but we was doing Randonautica, and it took us to this not so old yet abandoned trap house, and we are exploring it. Long story short, we found a gun on the bed. Then cops came for us. We got it all on film. Gonna post it Saturday. Okay, that one was weird. So now I've moved on to Reddit, and on Reddit it says this post, it says the title is "Whoa, this was extremely creepy but one of the most amazing experiences ever. I was shaking." So it's okay, check this out. This is my 4th time using the app, and it is also my first day using the app. First 2 times were okay. I saw some weird things, but nothing too crazy. The 3rd time, my intent was to see something cool on the beach, and I actually saw a shark swimming up and down the shoreline. After that, the app definitely had my attention. Now this time, my 4th time, I saw one of the most amazing things ever. I live on the beach and I go on daily walks around 8 p.m. Today on my walk, I played the game, which gave me a location to another area of the beach. So I start walking with my intent being turtle. On my walk, I kept repeating turtle on my head. Sure enough, when I get near the exact location, I witness a sea turtle nestling her eggs. The pictures and videos speak for themselves. I was literally shaking the whole time because I couldn't believe that was happening. I walk on this beach every day, and the first day I play the game, I witnessed one of the most amazing phenomenons. A turtle nesting in the daylight. I'm literally shocked on how bizarre, amazing my experience was. Wow. So I know that's not totally creepy, but to me it's creepy the fact that you think of something and then you go and see it. I don't know. To me that's kind of creepy. I mean, it could be like that whole The Secret type of thing where, you know, you like think about positive things and they come to you. I mean, I don't know too much on it, but it could be that. Okay, this one is called Lake Near My House. Me and my friend decided to try this app. I was the first one to download it and having my intent as something spooky. I got a location at the lake that I can literally see out of my window. It's like less than a kilometer away from my house. Same evening, my friend generates a location even though I don't know her intent, and she gets a location at the lake as well, but just a bit further from my point. We're like, okay, let's Google what the fuck is going on with that lake. Maybe there's some reports. And yes, we have a case in 2018 where a woman has drowned her 2 kids in the lake, and a year later a guy later who has drowned there. I'm pretty sure there was more cases like these. We didn't spend too much time on researching that lake, considering our neighborhood was built very recently, replacing old villages that have been here before in the 80s. Who knows what the heck happened here. Okay, that one is a little bit creepy. This one isn't like very terrible. This one says, my intentions were happiness, and my grandmother, she passed away in 2008, and the app sent me to the location of a cemetery which I cannot go due to quarantine. It caught my attention because I could never know where she is buried because of my terrible relationship with my father. And then they're showing like a little map where it's taking to the cemetery. So I don't know, maybe like the grandmother's trying to let her know, hey, I'm here. This one says, went randonauting. That word is so weird. Like, I'm gonna keep saying it and I'm gonna keep saying it. It's weird because it is. Went randonauting with the intention scary. Urgent needs replies fast. Went randonauting with a buddy, and the location was in a forest. My friend and I decided to take a shortcut through the forest to get to the location where we were close to our spot, and we noticed something red. We got closer and looked around and ended up seeing a bone meters away from the bone, the red jacket, and also a shoe. We just want people to help identify if it's something serious or not. And then here's the photos. I'm not gonna insert those photos because it looks a little creepy. This one says, from the attractor point, which I really don't understand this whole attractor, and then I forgot the other word. I really don't get the game, and I don't want to download it to find out. So if anybody knows, just let me know. Can Randonautica predict the future? I've already tried the app and have had my mind blown to where it took me, and I've been trying to get more of my family to try it out. Finally, my mom agreed to try it out around the last week of June. She wanted to find inspiration on what she should name her baby and when the new baby will be coming. She's 9 months pregnant. My mom's due date was July 4th, and this is her third baby, so scientifically this birth goes by faster, and everyone feels that the baby would have come to or around the date or around that date. So we got the first point and found what we were looking for. We now have the name for the baby. The next intent was when the baby would be coming, but when Randonautica gave us our coordinates, it was on someone's house, so we didn't know what to expect. As we turned down the block, we saw the addresses were really high numbers like 799, 760, etc. But right as we pulled up to the exact point, the address of the apartment building was 713. We all looked at each other like, what? Considering how that was the only apartment building on the block that would have corresponding numbers to a date. The next building was 699 and 660. And at this time, it was still in June. And my parents were like, there's no way. She's already ready to come out really soon. Anyway, long story short, today is 7/11 and still no sign of baby. 7/13 is only on Monday. So we'll see what happens. That would be crazy if Randonautica got the date right. My mom is still skeptical and believes she'll be coming before Monday. And then there's a comment that says update when the baby's born. So it'd be really cool if like the app actually said when the baby was gonna be born. But I mean, it was really weird the way the addresses were. So I mean, who knows? Maybe. This one says very creepy one. Sorry, no picture. Let's see if it's actually creepy. I don't really understand the extent of what your intention can be set to be, but basically I just went through a weird situation with this guy who was acting in a very stalker-esque way towards me, and I blocked him, changed my number, and decided to move somewhere else. I kind of felt like I overreacted for a little bit following this. So maybe my intention was basically give me a sign, tell me if I made the right move or not. Sorry, I don't have any of the info. I think it's set to anomaly anyway. I drove to the point it gave me, and it led me to a very rundown storefront in the middle of nowhere. It was very dark, so I couldn't see much. I left my headlights on to illuminate the area while I explored. I walked closer towards the entrance of the storefront, and my heart nearly jumped out of my chest when I realized what I was looking at. My only reaction was to run back to the car and speed out of there. This is why I don't have a pic. I got another glimpse while reversing out, and it was basically a faceless figure standing right behind the entrance, which was one of those doors with bars on it. I'm not sure if it was a mannequin or what, and if it was a mannequin, why would it be placed there? When applying this to the intention I set, I think it answered my question, and I think I dodged a bullet. Either that, or it also seemed like maybe it processed my thoughts on a really general scale. So I thought stalker, and it gave me a stalker, lol. Anyway, sorry for the long post and lack of info, but thanks for reading. So, I don't know, maybe like, I mean, the intent thing is weird, like where you're thinking about something and you go and find something similar, but maybe it's just the fact that you don't notice these things, but once you think about that, it's like you notice it because you're expecting to find it. Because I haven't seen any, I don't know, I haven't read any creepy ones, because off of the Twitter, let's see, off of Twitter when I was reading all of Loy Lane's comments, it just seemed like it was going to be something creepy, so I felt like if I go to Reddit, maybe I was going to find creepy stuff, or like creepy stories, and I'm sure like maybe like, I'm sure there is some, but I haven't found any. See, like, okay, so I'm gonna read off some of Loy Lane's comments because and it's on Twitter, so I mean, it's all public, so just saying. This one says, my brother used Randonautica and ended up being followed by some guy through some creepy tunnels, but luckily he ended up making it back home safe. Don't stop talking about it. Continue to warn anyone who might be naive enough not to know the dangers of this scary app. I used the app myself after learning about it without leaving my house, and I manifested my childhood, and it took me to a road a few streets over from where my now deceased grandma and I lived together for a year. It was chilling, and it still keeps me up at night sometimes. This one says, I used it once without leaving my house and chose the attractor option, and it literally gave me a street view for my boyfriend's apartment complex. Delete it immediately. This one says, my friend and I used it with spooky as our intentions. We ended up being taken to a super old, overgrown cemetery, the most recent graves being from the 1910s. Then I backed into a guardrail, never using that again. This one says, I used it with my niece. We hadn't even set an intent yet, but we knew we were going to something innocent. As we were looking at the app, we hear fire trucks go by. Her house burned down earlier this year, so we both thought about that. Didn't say a word. Next thing we know, it pops up a location for us to go to. The location was the address of her old burned down house. We got freaked out and haven't done it since. That was kind of creepy. Actually, they're all creepy. I'm only reading off the creepy ones because there is a few that are like, oh, I found flowers, and oh, I found like an angel or something. I don't know. So, I mean, obviously the ones that got me interested were the creepy ones. So, I mean, that's why we're here. This one says, it wasn't on TikTok, but my mom's coworker found remains while randonauticing. She at first thought it was a deer, but called the police. Later on, they said it was human remains. The poor girl was traumatized for a while. So why do these people keep finding dead bodies? I mean, not insane. It's the second one. There's this one person that did like a whole notes thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and read that one off. It said, in the evening, Cheyenne, Anna, and myself decided to go randonauting. Randonauting is when you leave the matrix where you're supposed to be and the pattern you have, and go to random coordinates you were never meant to go to. These are called attractors and voids. Okay, thank you someone for explaining that to me. If you go too many times, you become an attractor or a void, which removes you from the matrix and you'll no longer be protected. You'll always be in the wrong place at the wrong time. We left the house, and within a minute we saw two cop cars. The first location was near an old age home. We got really negative vibes there and saw a child with a baseball bat staring us down as we continued. The next location was 1 King Street. We saw 3 cops there. All 3 of us felt like we were suffocated and felt pressure in specific areas of our head. Until we left the parking lot, we passed 1 cop on the way. The next location was my dead grandfather's reverend's grave at the Anglican church where my grandfather used to go, and we all felt extremely watched, as though something was getting stronger. Mind you, our intent this whole time was communication. Then the app kept trying to take us to the lake where we couldn't go, so we searched New Point and we saw another 2 cop cars. Without control, my intent began asking where my grandfather was. The app took us directly to my grandfather's old school on Couchiching Lake? I don't know, that's Couchiching. We're gonna skip the name to that lake. Shortly after, I yelled out, make the message clearer, and the next coordinates were my alive Nana's house. This is a random app I have played with for months, seeing where it wants to take me. I have never even typed her address into my phone. There was no way this was just a coincidence. We drove straight to her house and felt my ring finger ache like crazy. Then the song on the radio by Loretta Lynn said, "I'm warning you once, I'm warning you twice," and I started to cry hysterically. I don't cry. Then the app crashed and it wouldn't work. I had full bars, full reception, and the apps were working. And the other apps were working. I then felt someone grab the back of my neck. Then as we drove past someone walking their dog, he took off his hat and grabbed the back of his neck exactly where mine hurt. Along the driving, we saw countless red doors everywhere, which means protection. We then became convinced that my grandfather had been blocking whatever negative energy was trying to contact us and was protecting us. We drove to the McDonald's on Highway 12 to get ice cream, and for some reason it was free. We went back home and then the app started working again. So see, I was reading these comments and I assumed that if I went on Reddit I was going to find all these creepy stories, but honestly there really isn't many stories out there. I'm assuming, is it new? I don't even know. Randonautica. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not gonna play this creepy ass game, because no matter what, like, what if you're putting your location out there and there's somebody knowing where you're at? I don't even like to have my location on unless I'm using Google Maps and I need to actually go somewhere. Whoops. And I need to actually go somewhere, but I really don't like having my locations on my phone, so I'm not gonna download it. But if you download it, let me know of any experiences that you have. But that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, even though we didn't find that many scary stories, but maybe next time. Bye.